Hey guys, welcome back to another Arma 3 video. I'm your host, Sector Z, and today we're going to be going over my top 10 and, in my opinion, most essential mods you need for Arma 3 mission making. Please sit back and enjoy this video, and don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Thank you. So number 10 would be the Urban Rappel mod. The Urban Rappel mod I've been using for quite some time now. I generally use this on missions where I do like special operations type things, or where players have to, obviously rappel down onto something. It just adds an element of cool to your mission that I feel isn't generally accomplished, can be accomplished on most missions. So, this guy's getting away. Yeah, but I mean, you could do cool stuff like that, and I could actually cut away this rope here, but I won't. But you could do some pretty cool stuff with it, and I'd use it a lot. Number 9, Chernobyl Zone. This is an interesting map. This is definitely a map that's just for like scenario-based missions, because there are parts of the map that look like this with very good post-apocalyptic vibes, and then there's other parts of the map that kind of look like this. Yeah. So obviously the map either isn't finished or the mod maker kind of gave up on it, which I mean it happens, but I mean, you can see where on the map this is located. The mod maker used literally, like, it looks almost as if 4 times as many quadrants as he needed to construct this this map. So he obviously planned on doing more at some point down this way. But I mean, as you get deeper and up towards the actual nuclear power plant itself, which I think is actually just out here, it does get into more detail. But even here, I mean, I think this I wouldn't even use this area on my missions. The areas of this map that I do like, however, and I don't think there's an interior, by the way. No, there's no interior. Looks cool though. I just wish it would be somewhere else, not just in the middle of nothing. Right. So the next mod on my list would obviously be the Civil Aviation mod. The Civil Aviation mod kind of took me by surprise. It's relatively new to my armada of mods that I actually use in Arma 3. But the reason I have it on the list is because every single one of these aircraft has an interior and a cockpit that is extremely detailed. Right, so as you can see, the cockpit on this thing is just absolutely, just completely detailed. It is just amazing to look at, really. They did it. Whoever made this did a fantastic job. Number 7 has to be the USS Nimitz mod. The USS Nimitz is just an aircraft carrier that they added in Arma 3. This mod is incredibly useful if you're trying to have any sort of air-to-air combat missions, kind of like Top Gun. But this, coupled with a few aviation mods for military aviation, is extremely useful. As you can see, it has its own audio for the elevators, and literally the elevators for the that bring you up to this deck. And it also has a complete catapult system and an AI that will come in and help you launch off the aircraft carrier. So I'm going to hop in this Harrier here. So your aircraft has to be lower to the launch bar, and your engines have to be on. The AI comes in, and then you stroll. When you hit salute, it should launch you off. Easily one of the best mods in the game. Easily. Right, so number 6 on my list is going to be CLA Clafghan. Clafghan is one of my favorite maps, and I'm pretty sure it was in Arma 2 towards the end of Arma 2's lifespan. But as you can see, this map is absolutely massive. Currently I'm in this little small city up here. It's one of the main cities in the map. But basically 75% of this entire map is just mountain ranges full of small towns that you can patrol from out of pre-constructed forward observation posts, or just like bases in the mountain. So unlike CLA Clafghan, this map is definitely not a map that you should be using or you should be flying aircraft on. The map itself is actually very small. It's probably, I'd say, 5,000 kilometers by 5,000 kilometers, which really isn't that big. I'm sorry, 5 kilometers, 5x5. It's a 5x5 map, I think. Which really in Arma isn't enough to do that sort of thing with air combat. Right. So you definitely want to avoid this map if you were planning on doing any sort of air-to-air combat, but for infantry versus infantry, or even tank on tank, this map is perfect. It is amazingly and highly detailed at the ground level. But if you were up in the plane, you would see the borders of the map. All overall, it's one of my top maps ever for this game, and it's perfect for like a desert combat scenario. So number 4 really consists of 2 minor mods that I like to add to my missions. It consists of both Blastcore, the standalone version, and the Bloodlust mod. So as you can probably tell by the name of them, one of them deals with explosions, one of them deals with blood. So in stock Arma, there are blood effects, but they're not to the extreme that is the Bloodlust mod, and the explosions aren't nearly as detailed as the ones from this one. So this is just going to be a quick test to show you what a high explosive rocket will look like. At least from this particular RPG. So you see that there were a lot of arcs and like dust, like pieces of dust and debris that kind of fly off of it. So I'll just shoot one way out there. It's a lot more contained and a lot more detailed than, say, the stock Arma. So Bloodlust, this is gonna be cruel. But Bloodlust basically just adds a lot more detail to the blood effects that come from stock Arma. So if I like mow these dudes down, and then I run up and go look. On the ground, they have like their pools of blood, and if you look, I'm not sure if there's a blood. Well, if they were standing up against these barriers here, there would be blood lining up. So wherever the body falls and anything that it touches will be covered in blood. So very useful mod if you're going for like, I don't know, any sort of like hyper realistic look, if that sort of thing matters to you. Another thing Bloodlust has is the gore aspect. So that M2 right there didn't have enough power to actually rip them apart, but this rocket certainly does. So if I shoot this rocket into that group of players right there, you can see they are no longer there, and they're kind of just in bits and pieces. Really gory, but it certainly gets the job done. I don't suggest using this mod if you plan, the Bloodlust mod, if you plan on doing any air-to-air combat, because if your plane gets blown up, so does your guy, and audio levels do not matter. So it will just go 0 to 100 real quick, and it will just be this loud blast in your ears, and it scares the living shit out of you, especially if you forget you had Bloodlust on, which I've done multiple times. So highly don't suggest using it if you're going to be using aircraft mods in this game. One of the most solid mods for this game has to be the Unsung Vietnam War Mod. Right from its introduction to the game, this mod has dominated private server scenes and has just been an absolute joy to play. I'm actually playing a modded version, not modded, but a scenario based off of the Unsung mod called Camp Hunt Vietnam. This is one of the best pre-made online server missions that you can have for this actual game. Okay, so as you can see, one, this is a very powerful mission. The person who built this, obviously, wow, I just noticed my guy is carrying like 4 canteens. The person who made this mod did an incredible job, and so did the mission maker here. But this particular mission, the Camp Hunt mission, is on the Steam Workshop. It's been there, I think, over a year. It's been, I think, on since Unsung Bravo, and it has grown with the mod, which is fantastic. This mission is standard if you want to just get right into making or playing the Vietnam War mod with friends, or really whatever sort of thing. You could play it by yourself, like I'm doing right now with the AI. But I don't really suggest it because the AI is like, it's Arma AI still. The AI hasn't been overhauled at all. So it is kind of tough to play with just the AI. Okay, so number 2. This actually just has to do with a genre rather than a specific mod, but I will go into the specific mods that make up this genre. So this is obviously World War II, and it is the Faces of War, and I think it's pronounced GEIST. It's GEIST. These are 2 mods that make up the World War II scene in Arma. I just randomly selected some units and threw them down here to show. Oh, okay, this guy got run over. Just to kind of show what it would look like. Just today, actually, I went to go to a different map than this, and this map was added to the World War II genre within the last month. This is very cool. It's got a very active community of modders constantly adding material to it. And I know personally, World War II is like one of my favorite things to like play in a video game, like that kind of genre. And there are a lot of people out there making World War II, either whether they're missions, texture packs. I'm actually running, like I said, there are many mods that make up the World War II genre. I'm running, it's called Renner's Texture Pack. And Renner's Texture Pack basically takes all the stock textures in Faces of War, which is a major update to the World War II genre, and further makes them more detailed. I'm not sure if these are part of Renner's, but these smocks that these guys are wearing are pretty new. They're at least detailed wise. This is what Belota looks like with the Chernarus Redux mod. Completely overgrown, completely post-apocalyptic. If you're gonna have a mod like Ryan's Zombies and Demons, I mean, if you're into the zombie sort of thing, obviously this is the map you do it on. Chernobyl Zone's okay. This is fantastic. When you're loading into the map, it says it's a work in progress, so this map is still receiving updates. It was just launched in September, and I really look forward to what they have coming because they have done a fantastic job at this point in the creation of the mod. Right, so this is also in the actual city of Chernigorsk. I'm just kind of like right in the center here. If you're familiar with the actual city itself in the game, you'll know that all of this has been completely revamped and redone to look just absolutely amazing. All these bridges, all this like street work, except for I think actually this road right here, is completely new. The developers of this map obviously had a vision that this was supposed to be some sort of refugee area, but I actually have a mission being released soon that makes use of this map, and especially this area of the map. So this is a really good map for, I really want to see more developers and servers start using this for Arma 3 Exile. I honestly have no idea like why they aren't trying to convert to it. It's a fantastic map. I only know of, as of right now, there are 2 servers that actually run Chernarus Redux, and I think of those 2 servers, one of them is actually reserved for like Taviana. So this map is going to be seeing a lot of playtime both from me and from other people who run servers. Right, so other than just Chernigorsk and Belota, other parts of this map have also been completely revamped. So this is also the area between Cherno and Electro, right by Prigorki. There is a massive mountain right on the coast that the authors of this new Cherno completely destroyed and turned into this really cool highway with like a bridge that like runs through it. And then further up the coast, all the way up towards the northeast airfield, there's actually like a subway system. Like they created like a subterranean part to the map, and it's very well done, and it is just really cool to look at. Alright everybody, that concludes this Arma video. Thank you for sticking around this long, and if you like this video, please leave a thumbs up and comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and if you don't follow me on Twitch, you definitely should. So with all that being said, thanks for watching, and have a nice day.